and now you are in 12th class, you have learned a lot about chemical reactions. So chemical reactions are the reactions in which reactants combine together to form products. So chemists try to find out so many things related to chemical reaction. So that we have learned so far. Now we are in 12th class. Last year we have learned feasibility of the reaction in the chapter thermodynamics, isn't it? Feasibility. Feasibility means under given set of condition whether the reaction is possible or not. There we have discussed an equation. It is called the Gibbs-Helmholtz equation, where three terms are related. So let us start with that part only. Delta G is equal to delta H minus P delta S. I think this equation is clear to you. So this is the equation known under the name Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. And Gibbs-Helmholtz equation, three factors are there. In fact, four factors are there. First of all, delta G is there. Delta G is change in free energy. Delta H is change in enthalpy. And delta S is change in entropy. And T is temperature in Kelvin. This equation is called the Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. On the basis of that equation, we can predict that whether the reaction under given set of condition, whether the reaction is feasible or not. So let us revise it. Delta G is change in free energy, and reactions are of two types. One is called a spontaneous reaction, other is called a non-spontaneous reaction. For a spontaneous reaction, the conditions are delta G is negative and delta S is positive. These are the two conditions for a spontaneous process. And for non-spontaneous process, it is a reverse. Delta G is positive and delta S is negative. And delta H is not included in this particular process because there are some spontaneous reactions where heat is evolved and there are some other reactions where heat is absorbed. That's why delta H is not considered as the sole criteria for spontaneity of the reaction. So this is all about the thermodynamics. So we can say that thermodynamics is a branch of chemistry which deals with the feasibility of the reaction. Okay, and second chapter related to this chapter is equilibrium. This is another chapter which is directly related to chemical kinetics. In this chapter, we have learned extent to which the reaction will proceed, extent, how far the reaction will proceed. So mainly it is related to reversible reaction. Reversible reactions are those reactions where reactants combine together to form products and products decomposes to give the reactants. So equilibrium chapter is 75% related to Sirons reaction. 75% of equilibrium is related to reversible process. So equilibrium state means the state at which the rate of forward reaction equal to rate of backward reaction. We did not know what is rate. So because of that, the chapter is little incomplete. We have learned little about rate of reaction in chapter equilibrium. So in this chapter, we will discuss more about the rate of a chemical reaction. Or in other way, we can say that speed of a chemical reaction will explain in this chapter. Okay. So in this chapter, mainly two major points are there. One is rate of the reaction and second is the factors which are controlling rate of the reaction. Rate of the reaction as well as factors which affect rate of the reaction will discuss in this chapter. Okay. Now, branch of chemistry which deals with the Rate of reaction and its mechanism is called chemical kinetics. So we will discuss the chapter chemical kinetics. So chemical kinetics is a branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of the reaction and its mechanism. Rate of the reaction and its mechanism. So there are many conditions which affect rate of the reaction like concentration, temperature, pressure and catalyst. These are the factors. These are introductory part of the chapter only. Okay, so there are four factors which condition rate of a reaction and they are concentration, temperature, pressure and catalyst. So let us start rate of the chemical reaction now. So when we are considering chemical reaction, so I will tell you three different type of chemical reaction. Even you can write it on your copy. First reaction is a reaction between barium chloride and sodium sulfate. Write the equation. Barium chloride plus sodium sulfate. Complete the equation. Completed. What are the products obtained during the reaction? Anyone? What are the products obtained? Barium chloride plus sodium sulfate. Anyone can say?
Ma'am, 2NaCl plus BeSO4.
Who is there?
Ma'am, Manjul.
Manju. Say right. Say the equation.
Ma'am, 2NaCl plus
BeS, barium
Ma'am,
sulfate. So
barium.
simply, it is a double displacement reaction, and the products are sodium chloride and barium sulfate. And moreover, out of the two products, one is in the precipitate form. Maybe you can recall that activity that we have performed in the lab in the lower classes. So when as soon as we add barium chloride in sodium sulfate, or as soon as we mix these two solutions are colorless, but when we mix it immediately, we will get a white precipitate. So that means it will not take a fraction of a second, isn't it? So this is one type of reaction. Let us think about another reaction when we keep a nail, iron nail in copper sulfate solution. So which are the products obtained? Copper plus FeSO4, isn't it? That is a single displacement reaction. So when we keep iron nail inside copper sulfate, immediately we get a brown colored coated iron nail. Okay, but it takes little more time compared to the previous one. And third type, come to the rusting process of iron. Rusting. When we keep or one iron knife unnoticed outside our home for a period of 1 week, what will happen after 1 week? It got rusted. So that means rusting takes place. Rusting is a process will take time. It is not a quick process. It will take time. So these all are chemical reactions, but the speed of the reactions are different. So in all these reactions, can we calculate speed of the reaction? Yes or no? Can we calculate speed of these reactions, so-called 1, 2, 3 reactions I have explained? Can you calculate speed of all these three reactions? Speed or rate? Can we calculate? No, we can't calculate because some reactions take fraction of a second, some reaction take 1 minute hardly, and some reaction takes long period of time, 24 hours. So rate of the reaction and speed of the reactions, it is not valid in those cases where the reaction will take very less time or the reaction will take more time. So in which case this particular term is valid? The rate of the reaction or the speed of the reaction is valid in those cases where the speed of the reaction is moderate. Neither it is too short nor it is too long. So this is the core of our study. Today's chapter, chemical kinetics. So we are focusing only on those reactions which takes moderate time to completion. Okay. So we will start rate of a chemical reaction. You can write the heading rate of a chemical reaction. What is a rate of a chemical reaction? Rate. So I will first write, wait 1 minute. So I will first write a general equation because in all these cases we will take only general reactions. Okay. So when we take general reactions, general concept, hypothetical condition for representation of a chemical reaction is R gives P. This is a hypothetical reaction. R stands for a reactant and P stands for a product. So R is reactant, P is the product. It does not mean that there is only one reactant and there is only one product. It is the representation, hypothetical concept related to a chemical reaction, R gives product. So we can say that 1 mole of reactants giving 1 mole of product. So in this case, at the beginning of the reaction, we can say that initial concentration. Initial concentration of a reactant is equal to, we can write concentration. So it should be written in square bracket. Initial, it is initial. Initial means at the very beginning, what will be the concentration of reactant? So we can simply write R. Okay, and final concentration of reaction, which is equal to R2. Simple. It is simply a representation. 1 stands for initial and 2 stands for final. Similarly, as far as product is concerned, again we have initial concentration of product. Product equal to P1 and final concentration of product equal to P. So we have 4 different concentrations. By using these, we can express rate of this particular chemical reaction. So in general, we can say that rate of chemical reaction is defined as change in concentration of reactants or product with respect to time. So that you can note down. Change in concentration of reactants or product with respect to time is called the chemical rate of a chemical reaction. Okay, note down change in concentration. Generally change in concentration of reactants or product with respect to time is called the rate of a chemical reaction. Okay. Now let us focus on how can we express rate of a chemical reaction. How can we express rate of a chemical reaction? We can express the rate of a chemical reaction in either in terms of reactants or in terms of product. Okay. Now change in concentration of reactant, or we can say that change in or rate of disappearance of reactant. Disappearance means what? Reactants converted into products. So in that case, what will happen to the reactant? The concentration of the reactants goes on decreasing. So we can say that disappearance. Disappearance of reactants with respect to time or appearance of or formation of product with respect to time is called the rate of a chemical reaction. So let us think about in how to express it in proper way. How to express? Okay, simply delta R. What is delta R? Delta stands for change. R stands for reactant. Change in concentration of reactant. So we can write it as delta R is equal to R2 minus R. R2 minus R1. Change in concentration of product is equal to P2 minus P2. So this is simply change in concentration. Now, how to express rate of reaction? Okay, there are two ways we can express rate of a chemical reaction, either in terms of reactants or in terms of product. Okay, so first of all, rate of reaction is equal to, very important, minus delta R upon delta minus delta R upon delta T. What does it mean? Or simply here we can write change in concentration. So we can write delta R like this. Okay, what is this delta R? R2 minus R1. What is the meaning of minus here? What is the meaning? What does it indicate? Minus means what? What does it indicate? Anyone can say?
Decrease of
Right, very good, Shushan. Decrease in concentration of a reactant. That means as the reaction proceeds, the concentration of reactant goes on decreasing. This negative stands for decreasing. And delta means a period change. Simply it is a change. Or the same rate we can express in terms of products also. Or we can say that it is equal to plus delta T by delta plus. Again, there is significant sign plus. What does it indicate plus? Increase in concentration of product. Increase. So when the reaction proceeds, concentration of product goes on increasing. This is the meaning of these two terms, and this is very important. It is the concept. Okay. Increase in concentration of product with respect to time or decrease in concentration of reactant with respect to time. It is known under the name rate of a chemical reaction. Very important. Now let us think about how can you express this in graphical way. So how to express it graphically? Graphically we can represent it. Now the way I will show you. Plot a graph here. On y-axis, we can write time, and here we can write concentration of reactants. Concentration of reactants. Okay, and you know that reactants at the very beginning, the concentration of reactant is maximum. So in this way, we can express. See that. This is the way the concentration of reactants varies. You can see that as the time is going on, the concentration keeps decreasing. Similarly, we can do a graph related to product. And time is common in both the case. Concentration of product. Concentration of product. And here you can say that at the very beginning, concentration of product is zero. At the very beginning, no product is there in the reaction medium. So you can start from the origin. Like this. This is the way concentration of the product goes on. Very beginning it is zero, then when the time proceeds, it will be. Now you can see, notice one thing that after a period of time, what will happen? After a period of time, the curve will be moving parallel to the x-axis. You see that? Both the ways you can see that this part, see that it is going parallel. And after this also you can see that it is going parallel. So for a reversible reaction, what does this parallel line signify? This parallel line signifies that the reaction reaches to an equilibrium state. Okay, this part simply means for a reversible reaction, the reaction reaches to an equilibrium state. Got it? Reaction reaches to an equilibrium state. We can compile these two graphs. We can compile also. Okay, how can we compile? Very simple. Here we can write concentration. Simply we can write concentration. Okay, whether it is reactant or product. And this is one graph, and you can see that This is another graph, and this represents concentration of reactants, and this represents that of, and this particular area stands for equilibrium state for a reversible reaction. So for a reversible reaction, at equilibrium, rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. Got it? So in this way we can compile these two graphs. Got it? So this is the way we can express rate of a chemical reaction. Have you drawn the graph? Write on the chart box. If you have completed graphical representation, we will move to the next topic. Done? Good. Very good. Kesha, Anjali, Kesha completed. Very good. Asta completed. Anjul, Udansh, Akshay, Deepesh, Alima, Yash, Pranjal, Poonam, Nandini. Still some students are they doing or are they not responding? Poonam, okay. This is all about the first part. Now let us think about the second part. In graphical representation of same. Rate of the reactions are of two types. First type is called the average rate and second type is called average rate instantaneous rate. There are two types of rate of reaction. And second is instantaneous rate. There are two types of rate. One is called average rate and second is called the instantaneous rate. Both are differ only in the duration of time. In the case of average rate, the time limit is exceeding in minutes. Exceeding. So that means it is of minimum 1 minute or it is more than 1 minute. Or it is larger, 1 hour, maybe in some cases. And instantaneous means within a fraction of second or within a fraction of minute. In this way, it is very small time span. That is why it is called the instantaneous. And where is the difference in representation of rate of the reaction? I will show you. When we are discussing average rate, the representation we have already seen. Rate of the reaction is equal to minus dr upon dt delta minus delta r upon delta t or plus delta p upon delta t. This is the same representation of average rate. Now, when we are focusing in the second type, instantaneous rate, there is a small difference. Where is the difference? Or what is the difference between that? Rate. Instantaneous rate is equal to minus dr divided by dt or plus dp upon t. So D stands for infinitesimally small change. Infinitesimally. It means a fraction of a second. Very, very small time span, duration. Okay. So this is all about the expression. How to express average rate and instantaneous rate of a chemical reaction. Okay. This is all about general. Now let us focus on a specific reaction and let us see how to express rate of a chemical reaction in terms of products and reactants. Before that, I'll give another equation which is generally known under the name general expression for a reaction. So what is, maybe you can remember this we have already seen in our lower class. A plus B giving C plus D. And it is not only, it is not the complete reaction. A mole of A reacts with B mole of B forming C mod of D and the D mod of small letters representing number of mole and capital letters representing reactants and products. Okay. Then when we consider rate of the reaction or instantaneous rate of the reaction, because most of the reactions are coming into the category instantaneous rate. Very few reactions are coming into the category average rate. So we are focusing on instantaneous rate. When we are focusing on instantaneous rate of the reaction, let us see how can we express rate of a chemical reaction. In this case, there are two reactants and two products. So we can express rate of the chemical reaction in terms of both the reactants and in terms of both the products. Okay. So first of all, I will show you how to express rate of the reaction in terms of reactants. Okay. Rate of the reaction is equal to minus 1 upon A into dA by dt. Or it is also equal to minus sorry, minus 1 upon B dB upon dt. Okay, very simple reciprocal of the coefficient associated with the expression like this. Now, how to express it in terms of product, which is also equal to plus 1 upon C dC divided by dt or equal to plus 1 upon d. I think it is clear to you. Yes, these are the ways of expressing rate of the reaction for this general expression. Okay, this is a general expression. Okay, got it? Very simple. Here we are using reciprocal of coefficient related to reactant and product. Negative sign and positive sign we have seen in the previous segment also. Negative sign represent that as the time is going on, reaction proceeds. The rate of the reaction, when it is related to reactants, there is a decrease in concentration of reactants. So negative sign indicate decrease in concentration. So similarly, in the case of product, when the reaction proceeds, the concentration of product goes on increasing. Plus sign indicate that increase in concentration. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Now let us take one example, one specific reaction. Taper process for the manufacture of ammonia. Let us think about that reaction and you try to write expression of rate of chemical reaction in terms of reactants and product yourself. Okay, I will write the equation and you will try to write the expression in terms of both N2 plus 3H2 reversibly giving 2NH2. Okay, we will try to write this reaction rate in terms of instantaneous rate. We are talking of instantaneous rate. Rate of the reaction in terms of nitrogen, hydrogen, and that of ammonia. Try to write in 1 minute. After that, I will write it on the board and you can correlate your answer and exact correct answer. Okay, try to do it. All of you. If you have completed, you can write that. D you can write. Only simply you mention D in the chat box. No one has completed, or you did not know how to write. Completed? Have you completed? Mention in the chat box D. D. We have completed. Understood my question? Write the expression of rate of the chemical reaction in terms of reactants and product. How to write rate of the reaction? Okay. No one has completed till now. 1 minute over. Okay. Shashank completed. Very good. Anmiri not completed. Suraj completed. Very good. So now I will try to write. Okay. Listen very carefully. First of all, here there is no number of mole. So, but you know that if no number is mentioned in the coefficient part, it is 1. Now, as far as nitrogen is concerned, rate of chemical reaction. Rate of reaction is equal to minus. It is a part of formal equation. Okay, minus 1 upon 1 T N upon dt. Or in terms of hydrogen, 3 is the coefficient associated with hydrogen. So it is also equal to, or here you can write, it is also equal to minus 1 upon 3 D H2 divided by D. These are the two expressions in terms of reactants. When we consider the product ammonia, how many coefficients are, what is the number 2? So in terms of ammonia, you can show it as 1 upon 2 plus D NS3 divided by. You check whether your answer correct or not. Suryansh, Shashank, is it correct? Yes, very good, very good. Keep it. The rest of the students, have you got it? Understood? Is it clear? Anmiri, you did not understand? Yeah, okay, very good. Not understand? Anmiri? Okay, you did. Very good. Shriyesh? Done? Very good, beta, very good. Asta, very good. Okay, so this is the first part of the chapter. Okay, so first part means you are provided with one particular chemical reaction and you will ask to find out the rate of the reaction expression. So this is first part, and derivation all we will discuss in the next class. So I will not wind up the class. So let us see something related to this topic in this slide. Okay, it will not take much time. Wait, wait. So now I am presenting to you. So I'll screen is visible. Say some things. Is the screen is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It will not take much time. So it is better I will continue the class. Okay. So maybe some problem is related. I have already seen, but some problem is there. So let us continue with our class. So this is all about first part, rate of a chemical reaction. And now let us think about what are the factors. What are the factors that affect rate of the chemical reaction? Okay. So let us think about the first one. First factor first. Concentration of reactants. So write the first topic, concentration of reactants. Am I audible? Pranjal? Pranjal? Am I audible? Am I audible to you?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I think some connectivity problem is there. That's why. Please try to respond so that I can make sure that all are there. Okay, because you know that this is a virtual class. Huh? I'm totally depend on you people. Okay, so try to cooperate. No problem. It's okay. So first factor you can write the heading. Rate of a chemical reaction depends on concentration of reactants. Okay, concentration of the reactants. Then how to explain this? That is explained with the help of a law, and the law is known under the name rate law. So rate law we will see in the next class, okay? Because it is a long topic, it will take minimum 10 minutes, okay? I have to explain with the help of mathematical expression, so it will take time. So I think we will discuss the topic in the next class, isn't it? Because it is a like little lengthy topic.